Welcome, you have reached the review time with Imperial, and today's review is Outlaws, a Netflix original. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let's get into it. So let's go over the cast. So lead is Adam Devine, played on movies like Picture Perfect. He had a series of a spin-off series on Peacock. He plays as a bank manager, Owen, and his wife to be, played it by Nina DeBreve. Her name is Parker. And then you have Pierce Brosnan, plays as Billy McDermott, which is the father of Parker. Now Pierce Brosnan, he played in as a 007 and movies like that. Then you have the mother, Ellen Barkin, plays as Lily McDermott. Then you go to the parents of Owen. Mom, played by Julie Haggerty. Her name is Margie. And Richard Kind plays as the father. His name is Neil. Then you have the FBI agent, Roger Oldman, played by Michael Rooker. He plays in several movies. And then you have Porna Jahaga Nathan, plays as Rayan. She's like the villain. And then you have little Rel Howery, plays as the co-worker of Owen, named Tyree. You have Blake Anderson, plays as Owen's paramedic cousin RJ. And is anybody else? Oh, okay. You got Lauren Lapkus. She plays as a rival bank manager to Owen, named Phoebe King. She just had a small role at the end. She played in the movie with what's that guy? Missy. Her character name was Missy. Can't think of it. I did a review on this channel, but nevertheless, let's get into the movie. So this is a fun movie. Okay, one more person. Marisol, played by Lacey Mosley. She was the other co-worker to Owen at his bank. So this is just a funny movie, a fun movie, just to watch. Something to watch on a weekend, Netflix original. Looking for something entertaining, it's one of those movies. So what happens is Owen is engaged to Parker. And Owen, Parker's like a yoga instructor. Owen is somebody that goes by the book. He's a bank manager. Doesn't really come out of his shell, but he takes pride in his job. And he does mention his rival bank by Phoebe King, how they got the real high-tech bank for the vault and everything like that. So his co-workers, Tyree and what was her name? I just mentioned her. But Tyree and Marisol, they pretty much is just busting his balls at work, and basically they was shocked that he even had a girl. They thought that he was just making her up or whatever. Meanwhile, Owen and Parker is getting ready for the wedding, and Owen has yet to meet her parents, and so he's been reaching out, and finally the parents responded saying that they would show up now. To her knowledge, they are off in South America somewhere in some forest, away from land and off the grid. Meanwhile, she has met his parents. Now his parents, Neil and Margie, are older and just ask people the darnest questions, and where family members, you just say don't mind them. They're just being them, don't mind the questions they ask. So Owen shows up at home one day, and the parents is already in the house. Now, what Owen was trying to do is surprise his wife, in case her family didn't show up. Find the old storage that they had and get some old pictures so that when he do put the pictures up at the wedding. She'd see pictures of her um, parents. So when he called this old storage place, it triggered the alarm for the people that's been looking for the McDermotts. Now, when you find out that the McDermotts was an old bank robbing crew called the Ghost Bandits, and the main villain Reagan, she kept wanting them to keep doing bank robbing, so they pretty much, one of their last bank robberies, they took the money and kept it moving. So they end up in debt with her. It was only 1 million, but she over interest over the years, it increased to 5 million. So when they come back, they meet with Owen. Of course, he don't meet the standards of them, and you know right off the bat they into something, because when he went to grab for the mom, she flipped him, and he basically was saying, "Oh yeah, you know, those classes that of Taekwondo or whatever, um, paying off." So now they want to get to know Owen. Parker knows her. She doesn't know what her family was into, but she know that her mom and dad's a little wild. So they took took Owen out and for dinner, and they got drinks in them. When they showed up, Reagan showed up with her crew. So Billy McDermott went over to talk to him while Lily stayed there talking to Owen. While he was getting drunk, he ended up telling Lily everything about him being a bank manager, that he has the code, and gave her the code. He didn't know what he was doing. He thought he just chumming up to her, but he's giving her all the information. Next day at work, they get robbed. His bank gets robbed, and they knew everything. So the dad had this old Stetson cologne wearing, and Owen smelled it when he was getting robbed, and he just kept looking. And so he was already suspicious that, did her parents just rob me? And so when they did rob him, he came home, he was real suspicious, and he was acting funny around his wife. And while he was acting funny around his wife, she pretty much was like, "Hey, what's going on? Tell me what's going on." And he pretty much at that moment said, "I believe your parents was the one that robbed me." So of course she took offense to it and told him he was wrong. Meanwhile, they came and gave him a car or whatever. Inside of the car that they gave him, there was a Mustang. He was driving like a little Kia or something. So he followed them, ended up following them out to where they seen Rayan. And when they seen Rayan, she pretty much told him about the 5 million they owed her. So they needed to do another bank heist. So he was on to him, but they did see that he was there and see everything. So he was pulled over by the FBI agent. When the FBI agent was talking to him, pulled him in, he pretty much said he was going down to jail. So he said, "It wasn't me, it was my in-laws." And so the FBI agent wanted him to wear a wire to get them involved. So needless to say, they come up with a plan to rob the other banks to get the money to pay back Rand. So they wanted to go after the big bank, and that's what was the plot, to go against the big bank. They eventually did rob the big bank, but in the time of them robbing the big bank, when he showed up to get they kidnapped Parker. So Rand and her crew kidnapped Parker. When he showed up, meaning Owen, showed up with the delivery of the money, Rand pretty much said, "I'm gonna kill y'all regardless." So he had a gun, and he mistakenly shot one of her men. Then he shot the other one, and then her other henchman shot her. So it wiped out her crew. They were able to take the money back to the main bank that he stole it from, or whatever, because they did a whole heist and get the money back. He locked himself in the vault. When they finally opened the vault, he was sitting in there, so he wasn't under suspicion. At the wedding, at the end, they showed up, but the parents turned themselves in, and they was able to show up there with getting a dance with their daughter. The FBI agent came there being chained, but Owen gave them a piece of cake, but it had like a metal clip in it so they could get off of the chains. And that's how I went. So that was the end of the movie. It's decent enough to watch. Out of my 4-star rating system, I give it a 2.5 out of 4 stars. Decent enough to watch. Nothing over the top, but you're sitting chilling on the weekend. Netflix and chill. Tune in. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Until next time.